Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Introduce Biology. Today we will discuss about in the mitochondria. So first of all, you can see the figure of the mitochondria. The outer membrane of the mitochondria, inner membrane of the mitochondria. This is the Crista. Inner membrane has folded wrinkle shaped structure called the Crista, right? And oxygen gnome like structure, right? Oxygen the placed on Crista, right? And the outer membrane and inner membrane between the space called the perimitochondrial space, right? Mitochondrial has matrix, also has own DNA, also has ribosome 70s ribosome, right? You can see the theory of the mitochondria. Mitochondria are oxygen consuming ribbon shaped cellular organ, right? And the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It called the powerhouse because it provide to the cell energy और ATP. क्या प्रोवाइड करता है सेल को? एनर्जी और ATP, right? Typically there are about 2000 mitochondria per cell, right? Representing around the 25% of the cell volume. Sperm cell, muscle cell, liver cells also has mitochondria. Microvilli, more than the 3 lakhs mitochondria has. A term mitochondria is given by the Benda, right? The mitochondria is a semi-autonomous organelle, which means it has able to replicate, right? Now you can see the structure of the mitochondria. The mitochondria are mobile plastic organelle that have the double membrane structure. It ranges from the 0.5 to 1 micrometer in diameter. The mitochondria may have the number of the different shape, like a bean shape, ribbon shape, oval shape, right? Mitochondria have the number of the different shapes, right? The 5 parts of the mitochondria: the outer membrane, outer mitochondrial membrane, inner membrane, the inner mitochondrial membrane, intermembrane space, also known as the perimitochondrial space, right? The crista, the matrix. The outer and inner membrane composed of the phospholipid bilayer and proteins, right? First, the outer membrane is a smooth membrane and simple, the phospholipid bilayer. The outer membrane is iron, nutrient molecules, ATP. It's passed through the outer membrane, right? The outer membrane contains the porins, right? The mitochondria outer membrane associated with the endoplasmic reticulum membrane, right? It has the less proteins, and the outer membrane is permeable, right? Second is intermembrane space, also known as the perimitochondrial space, the space between the inner membrane and outer membrane, right? The next is inner mitochondrial membrane. Mitochondrial membrane is rich in enzyme, the coenzyme and other component of the electron transport chain, right? It contains the more protein. There is a selectively permeable only to CO2, H2O and O2, right? Next is Crista. The Crista is folded in the inner membrane of the mitochondria. It gives inner membrane its characteristic, yes, wrinkle shaped, right? They increase the capacity of the mitochondria to ATP synthesis, right? The Crista has the some gnome-like structure only on the Crista, also known as oxysomes, also known as F1, F0 particles, also known as elementary particles, right? These are the which actually helps in ATP synthesis, right? You can see the figure, the oxysome, right, and the Crista. These are the which actually helps to ATP synthesis, right? Next, the matrix is the space within the inner membrane, gel-like material, and that they perform the process to respiration, right? And the circular DNA present in the matrix also present in the ribosome, and ribosome present in the 70s ribosome, some as a prokaryotic cells, and then H-man proposed mitochondria present in eukaryotic cell are either the prokaryotic in origin, right, and the symbiotic origin of the mitochondria, right? Ribosome in the mammalian mitochondria, the mammals in the mammals, right? The 55s, and then the two parts, large subunit, large unit or small unit. Large unit is 30s, and small subunit unit 28s, and the ribosomes are able to synthesis of protein, right? And the matrix is a pale yellow in color due to presenting riboflavin. Riboflavin, the also known as vitamin B2, right? And the inner mitochondrial membrane is not permeable to this proton, and the proton is positive charge, right? And they pump actively through the outer component, right? And one pair of the proton which has higher energy level uh, has it can go only through these elementary particles, right? Higher energy levels only then go through these elementary particles easily through pass out, right? And the head acting as ATPs, so mitochondria called the powerhouse, right? Right, and you can see the figure. Mitochondria has own DNA, so able to, and the semi-autonomous mitochondria, and it can be able to replicate, and ribosome is the 70s in the mammals, and the 55s, and the large unit and the small unit 30s and the 20s, right? And the outer membrane is lace, outer membrane has lace protein and the permeable, and the inner membrane is more protein, selectively permeable. The only CO2, O2, and which where H2O, sorry, H2O, and the oxygen. The oxygen is gnome-like structure. The F1 and F0 particles, and Le elementary particles, also known as elementary particles, right? And ribosome, okay, the matrix. So matrix are rich in enzyme, and the inner membrane also coenzymes, right? And gel-like structure, right? So 5 parts of the mitochondria. First, outer membrane, inner membrane, perimitochondrial space, Crista, and thank you for watching my video, and please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.